Chad, good morning, baby. It is Tuesday, and it looks like Keegan transformed. Hey, welcome, my brother.
What's happening, boys? What's happening?
How you feeling?
Keegan got a slight tan today.
Chad, I told you guys we had a special guest here, no stranger to the channel, Miles from Millennial FX, joining us here today. You guys said you wanted some bangers during London, so we had to fly this man in all the way from Port Elizabeth. Luckily not too far. How was the flight?
Quite bumpy, but we made it on time.
All right, Chad. Tuesday, things are going to start heating up here for the rest of the week. I see pound data already coming out this morning. We're going to talk about it now shortly. Still no change in the playlist, so we'll still continue to look. But Chad, as every morning before we start, Bible says that if you do not know how to pray, pray this very simple prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Chad, and if you believe that, you can drop an amen right now in the chat. Miles, do you believe it?
100%, amen.
There we go. Miles also believes it. 2 amens there. All right, beautiful, Chad. Let's get straight into it. And let's see what we've got on deck today. We had some labor data coming out of Britain this morning, a little bit softer than expected, and average hourly earnings also coming out lower than expected. So do expect some potential cuts, even though they're going to try and hold steady. Employment change, though, on a 3-month basis jumped quite a bit from the previous. I don't know what the consensus was. So overall bearish for the pound from what I can see here. Also a little bit later we've got some inflation figures coming out of the Eurozone. And then also later this afternoon, Bank of Canada CPI. And a little bit later tonight, CPI out of New Zealand. If you're still trading that time, we will pray for you. Just go exclamation prayer. Dylan Savage will get in contact with you to pray for you if you're still trading that time. So that is literally all we've got on deck here, Chad. That is, for the most part, what we're looking at. We're going straight into the charts. DXY. So the weekly, as I mentioned, is still bullish. Yesterday's daily candle close jumping up from Friday's close and now trading at that 200 EMA on the daily time frame. Interesting little zone. This is still bullish for the dollar. 5-minute time frame, let's see where we are. Already taking Asia highs, Asia lows untested, daily pivot untested. So quite a bit of room to go to the downside for us. And then also what I would say going into the session, all we need to monitor is this Asia high level. Whatever we do here at Asia high, that's going to determine the rest of the session. If we hold above it, bullish for the dollar. If we reject it, we can go for that daily pivot and Asia low level. All right. US 30 real quick on the daily. Daily time frame is still super bullish. Yesterday, massive bullish expansion. Weekly for me, as I mentioned, was neutral due to the fact on how it closed. And then on the 5-minute time frame, Asia lows barely nipped previous daily high in check. So 2 levels to monitor going into the session. Previous daily high, Asia lows, and then we're going to see what we do with Asia highs. So between these 2 zones, you got to see which one holds or breaks. But up until then, we're going to wait for some levels to break and hold. All right. NASDAQ daily time frame. What do we have on the daily here? Beautiful price action. I told you guys, bullish if we can hold above the zone. We've been taking it zone by zone. These were all of the previous support and resistance areas. And yesterday, I told you guys, if we can hold above that zone there, just look left with me. You can see nice clean price action from there, and that has expanded bullish. So I'm expecting some type of a flat day today Remember, after big expansion days, you're going to have some ranging, some consolidation. So even though we're still bullish, we're going to need to see where we are at. All right, so Asia high is still intact. Asia lows are still intact. So we have got, we're in a no man's zone here. I'm going to say I want to see Asia lows being taken and then trading back inside of the Asia range, something like this. That's going to be beautiful then to later on attack those Asia high levels. But ultimately, this 200 EMA on the 5, that's the one that I'm going to monitor going into the session. And we've got quite a wide Asia range here on NASDAQ. So that's one to monitor going into the session. Gold, real quick here, daily time frame. It is still within this range, as I mentioned to you guys previously. That has now become the fake out. We are back inside this range. So I'm expecting maybe in this week or a little bit later, we're going to be trading up at the upper end of this range. Yesterday's daily candle closed not really giving us any cues. Neutral on the day for me on gold. And looking at what we've got here, daily S1 holding, previous daily low holding. So very simple for me. Asia lows, if we can hold that and the previous daily low, that's going to be perfect. And then after that, the 200 EMA, you all know that 200 EMA always acting as a dynamic support and resistance. And then the last hurdle for gold is Asia highs and the daily pivot. And then last one for me before heading over to Miles is GU. Daily time frame for me, I told you guys it has been no trade for me in the last 6 days on it, getting direction right, just not getting the setup. And again, if we cannot get through this flat body support to the left, or if we can't get away from it, this at one stage is going to break down. So for 4 days, we've been trying to hold that. So either today the bulls need to really step in and take it away from that level, or that level becomes a target to trade through as retail traders try and buy from this level. At one stage, it's just going to crack and fizzle to the downside. 5 minute time frame, however, very interesting now is that we are at the Asia lows, at the daily pivot, and also the EQ. So for me, very simple. If we cannot get back above the daily pivot here, I'm going to look for short continuations. I'm going to target this weekly and daily low. And if we can hold above it, I'm going to target Asia highs. Asia highs still untested. So this for me is where everything is going to happen here this morning. And that's the zone that I'm going to monitor going into the session. But chat, that is the analysis for me. Just going to go over to Miles. Miles, give me 1 second. I just want to sort out your price table there. Give me 1 second there. Just want to get your price labels going.
So when you're ready.
All right.
My GJ traders in the chat. Let's see, drop a 1 in the chat if you trade GJ. Let's see those GJ traders this morning. Where we at?
Okay. Give me 1 second. All right, brother, you're alive.
100%. Right, guys, so let's just have a focus on GJ this morning. I will dabble in gold, but primary target this morning will be GJ. Let's just do a quick little top-down analysis. As I've been mentioning for the past couple of weeks, we are overall bearish on GJ with price making lower lows and lower highs. However, that microstructure is bullish, obviously driving to that upside. So where we are right now, if we look to the left-hand side, there was 2 things that I want to mention over here. If we look at the level of 192,500, that's a liquidity level right there, right? Price went ahead 2 weeks ago and actually drove up. However, for me, it's not so significant just because it still has not filled that wick on the left-hand side. So now the price being overall bearish, tapping into the quarter pip level of 19500, we could see some rejections off of this level after yesterday driving to break Friday's high. So have a look at this. So here we have Friday's high over there. Yesterday we actually went and closed above the level. So that is quite interesting for me to see then jotting back to that weekly, that if we do go ahead and flip that weekly low, I'll actually anticipate that price will come down, which will actually fill the wick on the left hand side in continuation with that weekly being bearish over there. So that is something I'm definitely going to be looking at today. if we have the level of 194,640 being flipped. Dropping down to the daily, there is not much candlestick data that I can read off of that because we are still in a range. So even though here's that range over here, if we look where the highs is, the highs is sitting at 195,967, around that level. So for me, even though yesterday went ahead and broke highs and closed above the level, for me personally, if we're going to start trading beneath QP level, I'm going to look to short it. And all I'm going to see is a setup like this. And this is a typical setup that I'll take, right? Where we have levels like this. We got resistance over here. So there's my resistance level, there's my support level. Price is bullish, right? We drive to this resistance point, we grab liquidity and we start consolidating. What price then does, it pretty much, I don't want to use the word fake out because I don't believe in that, but it grabs liquidity and then immediately drives us back into that range. Off of that, I can then start selling it because that's in my newly formed resistance. So it's pretty much just trading the zone in consolidation like that. So the similar thing what I just drew now is something similar to what I'm seeing on GJ at the moment, if we can start getting those confirmations, right? On this daily. So you pretty much have your level here. Where's this thing now? There's liquidity right there, liquidity right there. There you have resistance, there you have support. If we can start trading beneath that level, all I'm going to anticipate is a tap in of grabbing liquidity and price to then drive down to the level of 193,500. So that's what I'll be looking at on that daily time frame. First and foremost, what we're going to do is mark in that current daily high, current daily low, and obviously anticipate that the re-break of the high will obviously insinuate that we can continue driving to the upside. And then the re-break of the low. Did I say re-break of the low? Sorry, re-break of the high and then re-break of the low right now will then obviously drive us to the downside. One thing we've got to understand that micro is bullish, boys. So obviously for me personally, I always target that initiating structure, which is going to be that 30 minute. However, if this high time frame plays out and we start to re-break the current daily low, I'm going to look for type 4 shorts. Type 3 shorts, that would be the counter trend, driving down to the level of 193,500 around that level, and then possibly even tapping into 192,500. Okay, popping down to that 4 hour. Let's grab those liquidity zones right there. So at the moment, my supply area is going to be right here, which is the current daily high, and then my current demand level is going to be right there. Okay, so as I'm breaking this down, you will notice two things. Is it going to be wise for me to immediately sell at the flip of the current daily low? Probably not. Why? Because we have liquidity right here. And if we look at the pips, even though I'm a 10 pip dude, I still need to understand that I need the overall picture. 15 pips away, is that worth me taking the position? Probably not. So the wisest thing for me to do at this point is to actually wait for price to trade beneath the level 194,615, and then I can look for price to continue further down. Because we don't want something like this where that 30 minute is bullish, boys, and we come down, tap into liquidity and start rejecting. If you look quite closely, what we can start to look for is if we start to tap into this level and reject, trade back above the quarter pip level, which is a resistance point, then I can long it to the current daily high. And on the contrary, if I break that level, I'm going to look for shorts. So GJ is one of those pairs right now where we have to wait for those confirmations. So let's just get that 4 hour zones correct. Hopping down to that 30 minute. Look, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, if we break this current daily low, the setup is there. However, is it worth me hopping in on the trade at that point with the liquidity zone being so close against my buys? Probably not. If you watch my streams, if you watch how I trade, this is going to be the final third for me. That's going to be high risk. The wisest thing to do would be waiting for this level here to break, retest and drive down into that area, or wait for price to tap in, grab liquidity, and as it comes back up, we can ride the wave. So this is that point where we start saying, you know what, price looks awesome, but we need to understand that patience is the best thing you can apply when looking at your charts. Just being simply patient, understanding that this for me is going to be a no trade range right there. And then looking to the left, there is a decent LTA over there, so I will say that this can sell off, but it's still going to be aggressive because it is going against that 30-minute bias. I'll explain to you why I say so in a moment. This will obviously be aggressive buys up here, as I've mentioned. Let me just get these out quickly for you guys so you guys can see it. Why also I'm so adamant about this being, aggressive is because if you look to the left hand side, guys, here is my 2 candlestick pullback right there. Okay, there's my 2 candlestick pullback, there's my highs, which means that whatever happens here, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter to me. Because every single support level I see, every resistance I see is a place for me to target long opportunities. Yes, we can do a type 3 and we can sell it, but we need to understand that the overall bias in 30 minutes is bullish at the moment. But the confluences that I can use to short it will be that high time frame, especially the daily and the weekly. What I just explained a couple minutes ago would be the understanding that if we start to reject these areas, price could come down. So this is what I'm looking for at the moment, guys. This is going to be a no trade level for me. However, I'm looking for sells beneath the level 194,600 and buys above 195,791. However, if we can tap and grab into liquidity, I will look for that longs. Okay, drop a 1 in the chat if you understand. If you don't, please do ask questions.
Alrighty, chat. That is the analysis here this morning. So we are looking at GJ and we are looking at GU for potential positions here this morning. Still have 13 minutes till the open. Dylan Savage, Ephesians 6 verse 10 to 12. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. Amen. Thanks, Dylan, for that morning word. Now, quickly, fundamental chat. Asia stocks rise tracking Wall Street. China stimulus rally fizzles. Most Asian currencies weaken on Tuesday, while the dollar steadied at an over 2-month high amid persistent bets that the Federal Reserve will cut rates at a slow pace. China's Ministry of Finance over the weekend outlined hotly awaited fiscal stimulus policies intended to help support the economy, with analysts noting that, where's the analyst now? I think jumped. Damn, what happened there? Did you delete the... Oh, sorry, there's a... With analysts noting that while the signaling was positive, the government had still left out several key details. China may raise an additional 6 trillion yuan, $850 billion from special treasury bonds over 3 years to stimulate a sagging economy. Local media reported a figure that failed to revive sentiment in the country's stock market. Gold prices fell slightly in Asia trade on Tuesday, extending recent losses as strength in the dollar on expectations of smaller interest rate cuts pressured metal prices. Last 1 year, crude prices tumbled around 3% on Monday after top importer China logged a 5th straight monthly decline in oil imports, spurring fears of weak demand. Dylan Savage, legend, thank you so much for that. While we're on that, we've got 10 minutes till the open here. I just want to actually check what Fed futures are doing, Chad. Fed futures, give me a second. Remember last week after that data, all of a sudden we're starting to price in a no cut. So still 18.2 to 81.8. So markets are still locked in for 0.25, and then for December, okay, so the markets are still set on 2.25 cuts for the year. All right. GJ, it is the first time in a while that we've had GJ on. How has GJ been for you, though?
She's been good. I think we slaughtered it quite well yesterday as well. Last month we didn't lose a single GJ trade.
All right,
so it's been going good. I mean, GJ is one of my favorite pairs. It's the first pair that I actually applied the strategy to when I created the strategy 5 years ago. She's just been my baby all the years. But like I always tell the guys, look, every pair and every market has cycles. So there's going to be times, obviously, when GJ just doesn't play ball. But she's been good to me.
Challenge, just the donors, Vinci, thank you so much, my brother. May God bless what you guys do. Bula, Miles, and Keegs. To all my fellow community members, may God's favor always find you. Vinci. And then Amina also starting a little dono war here. Amina, thanks so much for that dono. Lyndon, good morning. Hey, and Lyndon, you guys want to hear the one? And then also a very special welcome to Miles and his community as well, Chad. So MFX members, something spicy for you guys in the next week or two. Don't want to give out too much here, but things are cooking on this side. Let me just check if I missed anything on the chat here.
First time seeing you, Miles. Hope you're well, brother. I'm well, my man. Hope you're doing good too.
Alex, I found chat. Morning, G's. Check your WhatsApp when you have time. Nila, let me actually check now. Let me check what Nila.
Okay, guys, I am actually looking at something aggressive right now. Chris, we can just tab over.
Perfect.
Okay, boys, we got London open in the next 8 minutes, right? So, by right, we need to wait for that closure. It's the most important thing for me to wait for that closure. At this point, obviously, on a different day, we can take something a bit earlier. But for me personally, as you are trading at the quarter pip level, I know that this is a level of strong liquidity, which means you can literally tap down and start driving away. However, if we are going to get the hourly 30 and 15 close beneath this level, I am going to take a stab at that. I'm gonna be aggressive this morning. We have the LTA. If I look to the left hand side, more so, we've got resistance there, we've got support there. All we're going to be doing is trading resistance to support. It's going to be a simple trade. Okay? So what we want to see is understanding that this will be a type 3. It is going to be against the bias. However, it makes total sense. If we can get that closure beneath there, let's say the level 194, 830, let's say 850. 194, 850, right? If we can get the closure beneath that, the tap in there, I don't need to wait for that 5-minute resistance because I don't, now I'm finding, is that the service we get here?
No, this is next level.
This is next level, guys. Would you like some coffee? Crazy. I love it. But yeah, if we can get the closure beneath, we already had it on the 5-minute. However, I am going to need to see the hourly 30 and 15 close. Look, it was different. I would have taken it right now on the 5-minute break of the floor, but because we're so close to London Open, as well as being so close to the quarter pip level, I'm rather going to wait for that 15 close beneath the level. If I can get that, boys, I'm going to sell it off into the level 114, 638, and extension. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at right now. So just dragging that aggressive sales slightly tighter if we get that set up. Okay.
Nila, what time frame? Okay, hourly. Nila, the gold has been on a mission of its own. I don't think it's a bad one. It's the weekly pivot. So I don't think it's the worst trade. The only thing we still need to consider though, Nila, is this. Nila messaging me saying that he's potentially looking at buying gold if we close on the hourly like this. There's your weekly pivot. Nila, I don't think it's a bad trade. Just one thing to still consider is that if you go on a line chart, the order flow here is still very much bearish. So I'm not saying it can't work. There's a lot of confluence for you to take that trade. You've got the 200 EMA. You've got the previous daily low that was wicked. You've got the weekly pivot. So there's a lot going for it. You're on the daily flip. So yeah, not the worst trade. I would have just loved for that hourly to actually take that previous hourly low. But yeah, that trade could play. Would I ever say just monitor this zone here? Because that's where it could reject. So if it's going to flip bullish and drive, that's the structure it needs to break. If you go there on the line chart, that was the last lower high. Put over to Miles GJ.
Okay, so we've got like 4 minutes, guys. Let's wait for that. Let's see if we can get the closure beneath the level. If we do, we have a fish on the line. If not, obviously we'll just throw it on our hands. I really love to see these rejections off of this quarter pip. Literally all I need right now is at 15 close, the tap in, grab liquidity, and the drive. I will take it conservatively, so it means that I need to wait for the break of the formed candles low, 30 hour and 15, just because of where we are. But she looks good, man. She looks good.
Stove, hey, Stove, just raising you guys there. Stovey, thanks for the donor, my brother. A little bit of US 30 trade yesterday. Hey, beautiful, man. Beautiful.
What's happening, Jordan? Everything good, brother? And then, Keys, just make sure that the GJ that's selected on HFM is GPJPY.B.Z. Okay.
So you're looking for shorts, eh? If we get a break below.
If we get a break below, I'll definitely grab those shorts. They look good to me. It is going to be aggressive because it is in the final third as well as against the structure, but a type 3 is 87% win rate type of execution, so she should be good.
It's crazy how you don't use any indicators, but for instance, us that use the pivots, this is literally at our daily S1. And usually if it breaks below the daily S1, it will go to the daily S2. And if it holds, it will go back to this daily pivot levels. So key levels lining up with your levels as well.
Yeah, look, but guys, for those that don't know, I am a naked trader, which means I have clothes on, but my chart is naked. No indicators, none of that. Literally just focusing on market structure, supply and demand, candlestick anatomy. That's about it. That's all I need. Okay, 2 minutes to their closure. Let's see.
Stian, get it while it's hot, my brother. Get it off the plate. And you execute on the 15 minute, eh?
5, 15, and 30.
Okay. All right, Chad, 1 minute and 10 seconds left, and this is going to be the official round 3 as we kick off this week. Special guest here, Miles from MFX. Big shout out to the MFX members as well joining here today.
Okay, so this is what I'm looking at the moment. I need the closure. I need the next candle to tap in, grab liquidity. So it needs to do something like this. We have the closure, this candle opens, grabs liquidity, and as it starts to break lows, I'm jumping in. Okay.
Here you go, Chad.
And for those RR geeks, there you go. You can maybe get 85, but let's be real. Okay, so all I'm targeting, wow, English left the building. All I'm targeting is current lows, boys. 20 seconds. Let's see if we can get a move this morning. And then stop. It's going to be 30 pips.
All right, Chad. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chad, this is round 3. Ding, 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 ding,
boys.
ding.
The rebreak of the low now. You see, we got that bottom wick on the current 15, 30, and hourly. All I want to see is that if we can break that low, 194, 800, I will be in.
Fight.
Okay, boys, that's me in GJ right there. Let's see how she goes. Right, boys, that's TP1 hit. Stops to break even, securing partials. Let's see if the rest can run. Where's my horn? Beep, TP hit. Let's go. Like it, man, boys. Drop a W in the chat if you caught that banger with me. Nice, quick, early for the morning. Quick little drop on GJ. Let's see if our runners can go, but so far we got 10 in the bag. Easy stuff, man.
I just took that 10 and ran.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Chad, I do think this trade can play. So if we can take that previous daily low, that's where the volume is going to come in. So for the guys that want to hold it, that's going to be your zone to monitor. Your previous daily low, And for our guys as well, you know the drill. If we can't hold above daily S1, we're going to that daily S2. And this previous daily low, 194.63, that is going to be your zone where you're either going to drive, you're going to see massive volume come through here, and it's just going to melt down, or you're going to see a wick to the downside. And that liquidity being taken, that's the little fake out you get. So it will do something like this, drive down, pull back up, and then it will actually try and make its way back above the daily S1. So 2 little zones here. I do think it can play if you're going to try and hold it. As long as we hold below this daily S1, I think you guys have got a very good position. Round number 195, just above, so it will go to the 50. But well played, well played.
Okay, boys, obviously we still have runners in. I've actually just extended that TP for the runners. Let's see if she can continue pushing. However, we do have 10 in the bag already. But let's see if she's going to play a game and continue with momentum. For me personally, there's no reason why she should turn around, boys, until we tap at least 194.650 around that level, because that is where liquidity is. So a big question that I always ask is whether I'm buying or selling. Price needs liquidity to move. So where does that liquidity lie? And this is something that I can focus on in that 4 hour, which is going to be like this, right? So whether this price is going to drive down or go up, where's the liquidity, boys? We can literally see it's there, 194.631. So that is where price is going to go. So for me personally, that would be a level that I would want to see price tap into before I can make the decision, do I close off the entire position or continue letting it run. Personally, like I mentioned in the beginning of my analysis, the setup that I'm trading on that higher time frame, which is the setup that I use on the lower time frame, is understanding this. You've got your overall structure on GJ being bearish, right? Price then has a resistance point. This is grabbing of liquidity. A lot of people say, oh, it's a fake out. I don't believe that. It's price grab liquidity. It starts initiating those early buys to start jumping in, and that's when they get liquidated, and boom, what happens now? We start to trade beneath the level of the quarter pip, so beneath the resistance, and price should drive down to at least 193.933 on that daily. Because in essentially what it is doing is just range trading, because that's all it is, it's range trading. So the giveaway for that is going to be, if we can break the level 194.600, I would then say she can continue popping down. But that is that dynamic 4 hour level right there. And we are quite close to that level.
Yeah, just check that previous daily low. If it rips through there,
she's gone.
Yeah,
she's gone. So right over here, boys, that level there.
Previous daily low. Yeah,
if we can break it, that's going to be engulfing as well. That's going to be gone. But you guys know I trade. I'm the 10 pip man. I get my 10 and I'm out of there. I go to break even. I don't allow markets to.
Do you take majority off at 10?
Yeah, so it depends on the trade. Like now, I took off 80% just because it's against my structure, and it's also in the final third. But it depends on the trade. It's been 50 and 80%. But most of the time, it's going to be that 80% because I believe that if I can continuously compound 10, in the long run, it will add up. With that high win rate that we have, 87% at the moment.
I always say if you're going up against one of the most difficult opponents, why not take your points?
I love that.
Like, why not take the low-hanging fruit?
100%. Like with GJ's trade yesterday that we took on stream, it was one of those trades where you could literally read the candles so clearly that you could manage your stop loss so tightly. It's been a minute since, as you would have seen, now this stop loss is 30 pips. It's been a minute since I've had the opportunity to have a stop loss where it is less than 20. So yesterday's trade was a 15 pip stop loss. However, as she started to drive up, we managed it from 15 to 10 to 5 and eventually break even because of the structure that there was. So yeah, just one of those yesterdays as well where I just thought to myself, you know what? We are so close to that target. We got to like 8 pips and I went to manage it to 10. And then with TP1, I went to break even, and then eventually just letting the rest run.
Yeah, Keek sounds different today. He had a lot of whey protein last night, and this is the product. A lot of whey protein, creatine.
I only caught that joke now. But yeah, it looks like Keek's got a big tan today, boys. Keyword difference there. Running it.
How does Miles synchronize the lower time frame executions with the higher time frame? Like, is it specific time frame for different executions? It's just a question in the chat.
Yeah. So look, I use my top-down analysis on everything. So it's literally it's one. How can I say this? One strategy with 4 different types of executions. So working from the high time frame to the lower time frame, and then at that point, it will then give me the decision maker. Do I apply type 1, 2, 3, or 4 to that? So that's how I pretty much link them all together. It's literally one vision. If you see how I trade, which you will see how I trade every day, it's literally the same thing. I believe in this, boys. Look, at the end of the day, I love trading. I'm super passionate about it. I've been doing this for 8 years now. But for me, it's the same thing every day, which is good if you are bored, because that means it is repetitive. If you come to the market and every day it feels like you're on a roller coaster, then you're doing something wrong. You're either over risking, over leveraging, or you're hopping onto different trading strategies. It literally needs to be the same thing every day. The same way Chris gets his coffee in the morning is the same way you take your trades every day. There should be nothing different. Consistent way in your trading, consistent way in your planning, consistent way in your executions will give you those consistent results, which is important. So yeah, man, it's literally
Miles,
one way
you don't mind zooming in a little bit?
Oh yeah, no stress.
Just zooming in like close for the boys to see there. Alright, gents. There's your trade.
Okay, boys, this might be me out at break even on those runners. Yeah, that's out. Spread. Yeah, I'm out. So it's a 10 pip trade for me. I'm not going to complain, boys. Look, I still have the idea that you can continue going. But for me, because I'm a day trader, if I get my money, I'm out of there. That's the main thing. At the end of the day, look, I love trading. Like I said, super passionate about it. But the main thing behind trading is to make money at the end of the day. So why, say for example, would I have price move 10 pips in my favor, make the percentage that I'm targeting, and then allow it to even come back and possibly turning out to be in a losing trade? I don't allow that. I'll then more so rather take the money and look to compound on the next position. I stem off from being a swing trader in my early days.
I can't swing.
But it was just not suiting my personality. I swing traded for about 2 years. Was lucrative, and that's actually how I became profitable, to be honest with you. But it just wasn't my personality. I couldn't go to bed with a trade open. I couldn't walk around with a trade open. It would make me emotionally, it would make me like a roller coaster person. One moment I'm happy, one moment I'm angry. And that's something that I couldn't sustain. So I then had to develop the strategy that I currently use back in 2019. And I've been trading ever since. And this suits my personality. On a normal day, 9 minutes past 9, I would literally be done with my members. We would log off and we're done. That is just how it is for me. At the end of the day, I see trading as a form of capital gain, so that you can actually live the life that you want to, which is the 3 F's for me: financial freedom, freedom of time, and freedom of choice. So that being said, if I've made my bag today, let's say for example, hypothetically I made $3,000 today, why would I still need to be in front of the charts if I am already a consistently profitable trader? You know what I mean? So I'm actually done for the day. But I'm obviously going to be on stream, boys. And
No, you can't be done.
I can't be done.
One of us. We got to give back those gains. Chad, we got to give back those gains. You can't walk away. No, I'm kidding. No, Chad, that's trading. I told you guys the most profitable trading is the most boring. Waiting for the same thing over and over. That's why trading is not as exotic as people think. People have this idea. There's a lot of things happening, but yeah, it's a lonely road. Chad, US30 previous daily high. We still have 4 minutes for the shuffle, so we're going to monitor this level up here. DXY is starting to make its way back up against that Asia high level. And then Nasdaq also holding that Asia low, that 200 level. So monitor this area right here, Chad. Hang Seng closing
so
down.
you guys trade USDT in London as well?
Sometimes there's so our theory works like this. If Asia lows were taken during, let's say, London session, you guys can go and back test it. Very likely during NYSE, it will go take the highs out, and vice versa. And then also I think you also use previous daily high and previous daily low levels. These are usually big pockets of liquidity where price will either drive and it will continue higher, or it's acts as a major resistance level. So previous daily high, previous daily low, session high, session low, all of those levels are levels where price will only do two things. It will continue with a lot of volume, or it's going to grab liquidity and reverse. And I think you utilize that in your trading as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I see there's a question there. Good morning, Chris and Miles. Miles, you're risking 1% for the tempos. Personally, I currently risk 3% of my account. But for my students, I always recommend anything between 0.5 and 3%, you'll be fine. That should be fine.
Full port the next. Yeah, have to. Where's the buff guy? He's taking a rest. He's taking a rest.
Miles, you have to engage in some degen activity. Unfortunately not, brother. I had my degen days back in 2017. I'm done with that now. That just put me on a super downhill spiral where I can literally see it like it was yesterday. I would go trade in the office and have my trading day, which would be the whole day, 24 hours. And then obviously you end up taking so many trades that you actually do go in a downhill spiral. And I can literally see myself back in 2018 and 2017 going to stand outside, rethinking what I'm supposed to do, and then going back and doing the same thing. So those days are done for me. I just make sure that I stick to my plan every single day according to percentage, and that's how my portfolio grows. I think the most DJ thing I'll do is, I wouldn't say it's DJ, but just trade, because I've never been a fundamental trader.
Yeah.
But from last year, we've been dabbling in the NFPs and the CPIs and stuff like that. And I enjoy that a lot. So that would be the only thing that I would do that would be off plan. But that is a plan of its own. Because for me, I see it like this. If you can win one NFP, it kind of sets you up for the next 3 NFPs.
Yeah.
So that's what I enjoy about it. If you obviously risk it and over leverage it the right way. So I enjoy this. I shall throw it as well.
It's almost like us. We had an 8 CPI win streak, and you grab about 4R on average, so that gives you 32R. So even if you lose 32 CPIs, you are technically covered for the rest. But
100%, yeah.
Miles has the DJ t-shirt, and it's the packed right at the back of the cover.
Guys, as you can see, we have Vault Fund on. They wouldn't let me on stream if I didn't wear the t-shirt. So
Yeah, we actually paid him to be here, Chad. $3,000 an hour. So that's why I actually went 50 lots on GJ.
Yes, to get it back somehow. Well, showing I went away. You know how we do it, bro. MFX waited. And the night the resident DJ.
All right, Chad, that is the 15-minute shuffle. Then on a normal day, if you're done, do you pack up or do you still chill a little bit with the guys?
Look, like yesterday, I think yesterday was really nice actually. We did the 10K Vault Fund giveaway. And then just made like a little chilled about it. And we got our trade, we got our nice move. And then we chilled, played some Wordle. And that sucked because I couldn't get the word. The words on there are crazy. And just chilled, spoke some shit a bit, and then called it a session. I think I was done yesterday by like 10.
So yesterday was obviously a bank holiday. And we told the guys we're just going to stream for we've got like a little special strat that we trade US30 with called the Cracker.
Okay.
And we say 10 minutes before the open, we're going to start the stream. And we're just going to trade the Cracker. We're not there for anything else. Start the stream 1 minute after open. Take the trade 1 minute after that. TP stream done.
I love those days.
13-minute stream.
I love those days. So like my streams will normally start 8:30, and then as soon as I'm done, I'm done. But they never really go past 10:30, 11 max. Just because my trades typically do come early, boys. Just because I am a London trader and I do focus on pound yen. Always I trade gold as well. Don't get me wrong. But my trades typically come early. There's going to be the odd day where I'm actually not going to get a trade. It's normal. And then there's going to be the odd day where the trade comes a bit late. But my cutoff is like 11 at latest. And then my day will just go on as normal.
And what do you do for the rest of the day then?
Depends on the day, but gym. If I have clients and we have mentorship that needs to be done, I'll sort that out. I literally have quite a chill day after trading. But lately, it's just obviously the clients or the members that's in the group. We have one-on-ones with them, and then anything that needs to be done, office-wise, gym, and that's about it. I don't have such a crazy way, to be honest with you.
No, champ, it's purely mechanical, bro. We've said it so many times. That's the thing with the cracker. It takes out the emotion. The steps are mechanical, and you can't let the emotion come into it. So it's proven itself, and that's why we don't tweak it. And we've seen so many times, even that one day after, I think it was after CPI, the cracker told us to sell, and we were like, oh, we don't like this, we don't like that, and then boom.
Just read this one comment. He goes in, Miles goes in YouTube's pedal videos. Look for the rest of the guys. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I live my life. If I'm gonna go play pedal, if I'm gonna go have lunch, if I'm gonna have breakfast, whatever, I live my life, guys. I'll make content on that as well.
Chris, dude, you must still invite me for the paddle.
I did. Guys, we challenged Keegan and Chris to a paddle competition.
When?
I pulled up to you guys' stream one, and I was like, guys, let's go for a competition.
Let's
just check it out.
Let's sort it out now. When are we going? It's obviously a little bit wet.
When it's anytime. I just need a third. Maybe Ed can join us. I just need a partner.
Sure, Ed, I feel Ed is that guy, that stiff man. Like he's gonna run and these stiff little.
I feel like Ed's gonna break the bat, to be very honest.
Yo, Ed is too strong for paddle.
We'll see in the chat who plays paddle. Let's see it out.
Chat, P guys, who plays paddle? We're gonna do. I think also what we can do is we can rotate.
For sure.
So, 2-2. There's Ed. Whoever is on my team is at a great disadvantage. Ed, bro, I've seen guys like you. You guys are stiff as boards. Any type of golf, paddle, squash, it is not for you.
Miles, are you down for another 24-hour stream? If Chris doesn't scare me again with his snoring, maybe.
Chad, I have to say, Miles was one of the only guys that came out of his own and stayed. I think you left like 3:30 that morning, just because you had a stream on the Friday.
I had a stream that Friday as well.
Surely I'm more mobile. Nah, Ed, I give it to you. I'm a plank as well. So
it's just for the fun, man. It's a good laugh. It's like a.
Where do you guys play normally?
Normally I'll do Warmer Golf Course. So there's a paddle at the back of P Golf Course. P Golf Course?
Oh, P.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if not there, then Lorraine Virgin Active. Was quite nice, but I actually prefer the P Golf Course because it's just, I don't know, the courts are better, I would say, and also it's.
How much is it?
It depends on court. So I play an hour session,
yeah.
So that will be like $400, and then it's like $50 pedal rental. But obviously it's
is it for? Okay,
so you split it. Yeah,
okay.
it's 100, like worst case $150 is nothing for like an hour.
Bro, those rackets are expensive, eh?
Ridiculous.
I saw the other day, and I went to go and check. I think it's like $3,000. And that's for like...
and that's like entry level.
Yeah, that's entry, Chad. You're getting like that... not bad, but not the best. It's not... I'm not going to go home and say, look at my paddle racket.
Yeah, and I looked at the differences, guys. I don't think there's much difference. So for me personally, I'd rather just hire the thing. $50 a session.
And the ball, is it the same as a tennis ball? Does it have a different type of bounce?
Yeah, I would say it's a tennis ball, yeah.
Is it a
normal tennis ball? The only thing that I've been playing lately is pad ball. I don't know if you saw that. It's I don't know if they said Egyptian or Estonian sort of sport. It's like paddle court, paddle net, all that stuff. But the only difference is now you're using this almost like a soccer ball.
Yeah.
But they made it a paddle ball with a pad ball, which has more cushioning. A little bit more of a bounce, and then you literally just use your body to get the ball over.
Oh, really?
Fun. It's a workout. I'm not gonna lie. So on days like that, I actually won't do cardio in the gym. I'll just have the paddle session or the pad ball session or whatever the case.
Have you played squash before?
I did. I actually used to play squash in high school. Quite fun. So it has that concept, but tennis.
So racquetball. Have you played
I
racquetball?
haven't.
So racquetball also like a short little handle,
Yeah.
almost like a triangle racket.
Yeah. Oh, I see that.
But the ball is bigger, like a tennis ball, and it's got a lot of bounce. So you can't kill the ball like in squash.
Okay.
If you want to do cardio, that thing keeps on going, and the ball has got a lot of bounce. So
Hectic. No, look, it is tiring. She's like a hour session, boys. You'll have a workout after that.
we'll give Ed a chance, but Chad, I think what we'll do is we'll actually do a video. I'm gonna take what's her name with Mo, and just to focus on Ed. I feel like we're gonna get some good footage.
Look, for me, it's I love competition. I'm a very competitive person, but it's a lach, man. I just enjoy the fun of it. It's awesome.
Stofy, please check the website, my brother. Ultimate Trader is starting on the 4th. This year is going to be a goodie. Ultimate Trader starting, guys. If you go to the website, 4th of November, there's the code TUT, and then also got some lacquer prizes. The guys said they didn't want a gaming PC. So we had to change it up. PS5, Apple, iPad, and then some gaming peripherals again. So check it out. Ultimate Trader. What would you choose? Like PS5 or a gaming PC?
For me personally,
Yeah.
definitely a gaming PC, to be honest with you. Definitely a gaming PC. I feel like as a trader, there's more that you can do on that. Especially if you don't have a PC or a proper setup, whatever.
Yeah.
It's nice to have because you can game on it and you can also work on it. I've actually made that transition from Xbox to a gaming PC at the beginning of the year. And I mean, I trade on it and I can game on it as well in my spare time.
I don't like console, especially for first-person shooters.
Yeah.
A PC for me is much, much better.
Look, for me, I've always been a die-hard Xbox dude all my life. But when I transitioned to a gaming PC, this is just a whole different ballgame. I can't even explain it. The FPS, the refresh rate, it's different, guys. Especially if you have a decent PC, it's just a different vibe.
Previous winners, yeah, they can't compete again, my brother. Previous winners, they can't compete. But we actually have something special with the previous winners as well. Gonna get them on a chat. Yeah, Chad, don't worry. I'm not gonna compete again because my team won and my two members were 1 and 2. So
Jeez. I average about 270 to 300 FPS. Damn, boy, you're definitely a Forex trader. That is crazy.
But is that on HC or is on what game?
Maybe Fortnite. Because I know Fortnite has super high FPS.
Yeah, I have a bit of a monster.
Have you ever seen this? Oh, Sasuke was the one that was commenting on when I did that podcast. That's where I know the name from.
No, I knew got some Slushy. If you think you've got a beast, I knew and them have some. They've got some tech there with them.
1590. Gee whiz.
I knew and them have some tech. Some of those PCs in the winter, they literally just put the PC in the middle because it does everything. You cook your food on it. It runs everything at ultra. No, I knew. I know and them have some PCs there that will do some damage.
I don't know how you're feeling, but I know might be very bad for me to say because I'm South African, but I'm so happy. The rand, the rand is shitting a brick right now. It's starting to come back up. These withdrawals are going to be different this month. Because when it started to tank like that, I was like, nah, this is just not the same, man. You're so used to getting that withdrawal of like 18 rand, 50, 19 rand. For it to drop all the way down to 17, I was like, gee whiz, that's a big
So you
difference.
trade a dollar account.
No. I only
Okay.
trade dollar accounts, sorry, yeah. But obviously when the withdrawals come, you want to wait for the best time. For me personally, I tried a ZAR account once, but it just played too much on my emotions. Because realistically, like I know if there's 10K floating, there's a lot I can do with 10K, kind of. If there's 40K floating, there's a lot I can do with that. 50K, you know what I mean? So when I look at like a dollar account, there's only like $1,000 up. I'm like, oh. But then when it comes into the bank account, it's different.
No, it's different.
You know what I mean? And there's the advantage, obviously, funding an account when it's at the low. Like one of my the big account I'm managing now got funded when the price was at 16 rand something, 16 rand 50 or 16 rand 70 or something like that.
So it's already got like growth.
Yeah, just off that. So that for me already is a benefit. Yeah.
Yeah, so Chad, I'm actually planning on visiting Anu and them, and Anu doesn't know, but the one PC, like I'm gonna arm wrestle him for it, and yeah, one of those beasts I'll bring back. I'll just take, I'll ask Anu, I'll be like, Anu, okay, out of all of these machines here, I'll have the oldest one, and even that oldest one is good enough. So. Anu, check net my sakke as ek ry daar by julle hoor. Ek gaan ook met die PC daar op die vliegtuig loop. Dude, but that's the thing for me. I hate actually trading a USD account for that simple reason.
Oh, you hate trading in USD?
Yeah, no, just purely because you see 1,000 or 2,000 and our minds are geared towards Rand.
For sure, yeah.
And it's almost like this mental thing of like, oh, you want to push it and it's not that great.
For sure.
Where if you've got a Rand account, if you make 20K, 30K, it's like, there's 30K. Like, let me lock it in.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
for me, like, it was total opposite. I was like, a bit more wanting to close if it's in rands compared to dollars.
Oh, really?
Just allow it to do its thing, and then.
So it almost pushed you like to be like, flip, there's 10K or whatever. Let me lock it. Okay.
That especially the way I trade. So I don't know, USD, anything not ZAR. I can even trade it in Zimbabwean dollars as long as it's not ZAR. I'm fine.
All right, Chad. Nasdaq making a push for these lows, Asia lows. Let's check the US 30. Just consolidating around these previous daily highs. Some very, very choppy price action here. Nasdaq, you guys going to have to wait for a break retest. If it fails, daily pivot up next. Gold holding up that 200. Nila giving you guys the 1 hour engulfing. He said he wants to buy it. We mentioned we've got a lot going for the trade. 200 EMA, daily S1, previous daily low, Asia lows. So, yeah, Nila smiling there. Nila, I don't know what your stop was. What was your stop on this? I would believe the entire candle here, at least. And I don't know what Nila is targeting here, but I would say that upper end of the range there. Is Nila still here?
I would say gold buys 26.54 closure above there. Should be good. After this current 30 can create that proper bottleneck as you have that previous 30 closing Maribosi in liquidity. And the way I see Maribosi is not continuation actually. I see it as if it closes Maribosi with liquidity, it's actually a reversal pattern. Did I just say pattern? It's a reversal candlestick. So something you can definitely look for is if we can get outside of the level 26.53.73, you can look for that longs to continue driving as gold is obviously overall bullish. And then on that daily, what we are seeing is the break of yesterday's low. So this is what I do, guys. If I see price go ahead and break lows like that and then come and flip back bullish and break highs again, this is obviously price grabbing liquidity for me. So I'm going to anticipate that price will run up. On that 4 hour as well, exactly what we did on GJ is exactly what we're seeing now on gold. You've got support, you have the closure below, which is a grab of liquidity. Price starts to trade back above the level, And from that, we understand that we're literally just going to range trade it. Support to resistance. Look for buys there. Price will drive. Obviously, you are late to the party. You have to wait for the bus to come fetch you again in Soweto. So all you want to see is that 30 or 15 close above the level and price to then continue driving off of this quarter pip level there. At that point, you'll then have that 4-hour engulfing as well. So simply what you're going to do now is wait for the next 15 or 30 minute candle to close. Once you can get closure above, I don't think we have that 5-minute support level there for us to base that stop loss off of, because that's going to be what? 60 pips. That never in a million years is something that's going to fly by me. So we need price to close above the level and form a 5-minute support at least. Then we can look for those longs. And then what we're going to do is literally just target the LTA on the left hand side, which is going to be this. That's going to be a range of, this thing can just select 54 pips. And you know what Miles is going to do? He'll only take 10. So yeah, man, that's going to be my next idea. But if you know me, I'm a one and done sort of guy, so it's not a trade I'll actively take, but I'll call it for you guys. Okay.
There you guys go. GJ back at the daily S1. As mentioned, that is what price is going to do. It's going to try and hold below. If it does, could be a trending day here for GJ. You guys know these extension targets. Daily S1 will go to the daily S2, and you could see a trending day. GU just turning around here completely. There's that level we spoke about on the daily. Yeah, GU has just been very frustrating to trade, purely looking at those bodies, but we are still holding that flat body support area there. I was eyeing potential shorts here, never got that little break of structure there. Now back above. Now we need to see what we do on the daily pivot, Asia low level. If it runs, it runs. It's not my trade to take. And gold slashy, I see you saying 26.56. So very simple for me, my brother, is that you're going to need to monitor Asia highs. So whatever we do here, that's going to determine whether we continue. So if we can get outside of the Asia range, hold above the Asia high and the daily pivot, EQ obviously is going to be a little bit of a roadblock for you, but then you're going to go to your previous weekly high up there and then your daily R1. Otherwise, this thing is just going to come back in the range. But yeah, as mentioned for Nila as well, on the hourly, this is the zone that you guys need to monitor. This is where things can start to get sticky. There's that last lower high as well. Lower high right there. And that is where price is now trying to break structure back to the upside.
And then for those maybe just looking at GJ, the current flip with the 30 and the 15 price should continue driving further down. Okay.
So just show it again. I'll flip to your screen now.
Okay, so what we see right now is obviously price rejecting these areas. This would be the setup right now. So if I had the opportunity, which I don't, because I've taken my trade, this would be that second trade right there, boys, with a 25 pip stop, targeting the exact same target to go fetch that target again. So that would be, if I could take another trade, or if I didn't take a trade this morning, this is something that could definitely pan out for us. As what we are seeing on the 30-minute is price closing beneath the level, popping up, grabbing liquidity, and as it broke the lows, we could then sell it off as a wick fill on the left-hand side. But yeah. That would be an idea if anybody is looking at GJ. And then, like I said, I actually really like this gold idea. If we can start trading above that level, 26.54, she should continue to drive. There's a nice LT on the left-hand side for us to grab those couple of pips.
And on gold as well, 10 pips for you on gold as well.
10 is 10.
10 is 10.
10 a day keeps the 95 away.
Nobody's going to complain about 10 pips.
Yeah. Look, and I think it's also just perspective, guys. You just have to have the perspective. So when I started trading and I was a swing trader, even 80 pips wouldn't be enough for me. But that's because my accounts were small. I was trading $100 accounts, max $1,000 account. Risking 1%, that's what, is 0.01. On $1,000, that's what, 0.10s. according to a stop loss of 30 pips. Don't ask me why I have all these numbers in my head. But that would be the realistic side of it. The monetary value wouldn't be there. However, if you put into perspective and you understand that this is a business, if you're running an account and you are trading, you're actually technically running a business for yourself, right? Which means that if you have that sort of mindset, are you going to make a shitload of money in a day, in a week, in a month? Where's the perspective? Are you going to change your life in a day, in a week, or a month, or a year, or years? Where's the perspective? When is the business going to elevate and when is the business actually going to grow? It's going to take time, right? So that understanding, this is why I'm so strict on that 10 pips or more, obviously, but 10 pips as the primary understanding that back then when I was trading at 001 and 10 pips only got me $1, what am I supposed to do with $1? That's like not even $20. I can't buy a loaf of bread of that. That's about it. But now 10 pips is a whole different ballgame. So what did I do to transition into that mindset? Is understanding that it's a long-term game. 10 pips in my first year is not 10 pips in my 8th year. So if you have that sort of mindset and understand that this is just capital growth with portfolio percentage, in the long term, it's going to make sense to you. But if you're going to target the monetary value every day, you need 30 pips or you need 50 pips or you need 60 pips, and you aren't willing to take what the market gives you, because remember that the market doesn't owe you anything. So whatever the market provides you on the day, that is what it provides you, right? It's not always going to move 100 pips or 150 pips in a day, let alone 60 or 70 pips. So where's the medium there for me? The medium was understanding that my moves should provide me with 10 to 20 pips daily, and compounding that would then make financial sense for me. And then through that, understanding that as time goes on, the account will then grow, which means that because the account grow, 1% won't be the same 1% that it was a year ago. 1% won't be the same 1% that it's going to be in a year. So that is why as I start to take profits and as I started to understand that, you know what, I should stop targeting the monetary value and more focus on percentage growth, that's when it started to make sense for me. And that is what helped me a lot in my journey, I won't lie to you. Because I would be that dude that would have, let's say, a $500 account and there's only $5 floating. Then I'm 30 pips in, it's $25 floating, and I still wouldn't take it because I was chasing the money. I was chasing the idea of I need the biggest move to give me the money. That's not what you need. What you need, what you lack is not a trading issue. It's not a target issue, but more so it's a capital issue. And that's why we have funds like Vault Funded that can provide us with this liquidity so that we can trade that and scale our accounts up. But more so understanding what the market gives you is what it gives you. So if I can compound my 10 to 20 every day, that's going to change for me as time goes on.
Baby, is Bev here? Bev/Etty. So I chatted to Keeks yesterday. You guys must let us know when you want to come down. And then what we actually want to do is we want to do a meetup for, while you guys are down, a meetup with all of the PE traders. So let me know. And then we're actually going to, when Bev and Slash and Etty's down, we're also going to do a meetup with all of the PE traders. So Bev/Etty, let me know. You can't come next week because we obviously want to plan something for the PE guys. So let's just chat about that. What Miles actually talked about here is something that I spoke about 2 weeks ago in the boot camp. And I said this, a lot of guys want to go into full-time trading, but they don't even have a budget. So I sat with our members and I said, firstly, go and write down all of your expenses. What is your expenses per month? You need to know what you actually need in a month, not your salary. That's not what you need. This is what you need. This is your expenses for a month. Then obviously you've got your monthly income required. Then you break it down to what you require on a week and then on a day. I'm not saying you set daily targets, but mentally you want to break it down so that it doesn't look like a big figure. Like a lot of times if you break it down to an hour, then you'll be like, oh flip, I only need to make 200 Rand per hour, whatever. So it's just for you to mentally take those steps. Otherwise you get disappointed and like, oh, I can't get there. And then after that, I told the guys, try and go and look back on your stats. Please note, if you're not consistently profitable, this is not going to really help you. But let's say, for instance, on 60 pips, I know for a fact that the low-hanging fruit for me is 60 pips per month net, not gross. So after losses, everything 60 pips in the bag. That is 15 pips per week, which should be doable, and 3 pips daily. Okay. Then I go income required. I go what I need to make rand per pip, and I break it back to the lot size. So if my expenses are, let's say, 102,000 rand a month, I need to be trading a 10 lot, make 60 pips net a month. And what is my capital required? This was all about working capital. I don't believe in putting all of your money in your trading account. I told you guys, I've been there. I've had 5 million rand in a retail trading account. It's silly. I still cry a lot at night thinking about that time. But anyways, you actually only need about 205,000 rand in your account to comfortably handle a 10 lot on your account. And that's not your entire net worth. So please note, now you say, Chris, I've got 200K. I'm ready to go full time. This is just working capital, guys. That a trading account is a tool. It's not a savings account. You don't save money in your trading account. You purely use your trading account as a tool, as a hammer, as any other person that does something. And the money you make from it, you go and use elsewhere. If you've got excess money that you've made, you go and invest that. You don't keep it in a trading account. You don't build your trading account. You'll build your trading account to a point where you say, this is my hammer. So like Miles said, he started off the small little hammer hitting a 0.1 nail, and he increased the size of his hammer, and but you don't keep all of your money with a broker. So please realize that. And that's something I learned very late in my trading. I would have been a lot better off years later if I assumed this and not put a lot of money into a trading account. So
yeah, I totally agree on that.
25k stop loss is more than my God. Hey man, but one day, yeah, that's what I say. You build it up.
Everything worth having takes time, and it took me 5 years to become a 6-figure trader. It took years, but was it worth it? 100%. And also, once you get to that point, I always say, like, when you're a trader, it's literally a sport. Yes, it's a business, but it's also a sport. Once you get to the top, not saying that I'm at the top by any means, but once you get to a certain level, you got to maintain it. You can't just now sit on your bum and like relax and chill. You actually got to maintain it. Also, a big thing is also you can't become complacent. You also got to continue to strive more. So goals we got is 7, 8, 10-figure accounts, and it will get to that, but just in time.
All right, Chad, let's see what GU is going to do here. Nice little 5-minute engulfing, holding that daily pivot. I want to see a bottom wick actually testing that 200. It's quite a deep bottom wick, and if we get it, I'm going to go for these longs on GU. So just get ready for that, Chad. GU. If it just breaks the highs and goes, that's fine. I'm not taking it. I need to see a bottom wick. All right, no bottom wick, no trade.
Sir Miles, do you trade big lots? If you can guess my lot size, I'll tell you.
You know what they say about guys with big shoes?
Big socks?
They trade big lots.
Okay, okay. I am a size 9, so I think that does fit the bro.
Kribo, would you prefer us being there during the week or over the... Bev, I actually think... let's chat afterwards. I'm thinking just for guys that have work as well, to potentially do like maybe a Saturday would be good. We can shoot you guys on the Friday, the pod. We can do the pod on Friday, and then on Saturday maybe having like the meetup.
Is this of your Project G members?
No, just the YouTube. So we'll chat to you as well. So even guys, traders that you know, just like a meet and greet,
sure.
meet somewhere, Not even a meet and greet, just like we did in Cape Town. Went to Tiger's Mill, got a few pizzas, guys had a few beers, just like
Chill vibes.
networking a bit.
Yeah, got you. I'm sure there's a lot of members that will pull through to that. Something nice.
Let's make it a weekend thing, Kribo. Okay. Please don't shoot. No. Bev is the one with the gun. He was the one protecting us there in Cape Town. You guys thought we didn't have. Bev was just there ready. Alright, so GU just running, guys. I was never going to take it without a bottom wick. So I'm just. If it runs, it runs. Then that's part of it. I was never going to execute on that without a bottom wick.
I love that you focus on that as canvassing. That's really important, boys. And that just shows me so much discipline in Chris as well, to just sit off when his setup doesn't come to play. That's super important.
Yeah, the issue that I've seen, and I've told guys so many times, you would focus on this candle. But I like this. So for me, this bullish candle taking a previous low and then engulfing it. So that for me on the lower time frame is almost like the liquidity sweep there. This candle here sweeping the liquidity. But then also what I've seen, and this is what I told the guys as well, I've traded so many times where I would take my buy stop there and I would get tapped in, 2 pips in profit, and that thing would turn around. And now I'm crying. And it's a case of, I always see it as almost like a little slingshot. If it gives you a bottom wick, that's almost like the little bit of a liquidity sweep. And then when it flips, that's when you're going to get the drive, or that's when you expect the drive. So this for me, not ideal. And then US 30.
Way to find Miles on social media.
Yeah, guys, we'll have his socials from tomorrow. All of his socials will be on the stream layout as well. And so they're top right. His social handles will be there, and then also on the full screen chats we'll have his socials, and then also in the description. So all of that will be on tomorrow for you guys to go and check him out.
But in the meantime, you can just find me on IG, MillennialFX_official, or MilesVW is my personal, and then on YouTube, MillennialFX.
Let me actually get your handle here on IG quick.
Done my 100% gold buys, done for the day. I'm not chilling, taking all your wisdom in. Crazy, bro. Well done. 100 pips. Damn, that's a banger. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's a good one.
Nah, 100 pips.
That's crazy.
100 pips is mental. Chad, very slow day. DXY rejecting Asia. There's that 200. US 30, a little bit of a consolidation here at the previous daily high. There's that break above. NAS, yeah, Chad, I think not the best hold here, if I'm very honest. I would have loved for it to go a little bit deeper, but it is holding that 200. So NASDAQ could fly here. So if you wanna take a squeeze at it, I'm not gonna take a squeeze at it, yeah. But while it holds above that 200, Asia high is easy. So there's your trade idea on NASDAQ. US 30 already running. And there's gold rejecting that daily pivot level, Asia high level. That zone there, so currently rejecting it. And then GU. Yeah, GU might be. And there's GJ, very interesting. Daily S1. Let's see if it holds there. Guys, somebody please drop Miles's IG handle in the chat so I can pin it, because my phone is not. Oh wait. I thought they still had my phone.
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer, your personal or the Millennial FX?
Look, the person is obviously trading and my lifestyle, and then The business one straight is just chart work and stuff is Millennium FX. But I think the personal, let's just pump that personal one.
Okay.
Miles VW.
Let's quickly get that.
The link for the business one is obviously in my bio, but
Oh, wait, okay, so they can just...
yeah, you can actually just pump Miles VW. I'll be back now, guys. Give me like 5 minutes.
Alright, Chad, here's Miles's IG. Go check him out. Just gonna pin that quick. Tuesday's trading. I closed on that first 15-minute candle rejection. Thank you for that insight. 100% slash 100%, my brother. I still think it can go though, eh? The only thing is that hourly actually needs to hold above here. Otherwise, what I've seen a lot of times is this is almost like a little bit of a fake break, where it looks like it's breaking or it's shifting, and then it will actually go down lower again. But gold has just been, dude, mentally I've got a block against it. I'm not even GU running a... That's part of it. That is part of it. Nice. So this is a beautiful setup. Just needed that little bit of a bottom wick, but a beautiful, beautiful setup. For the guys that don't know, go exclamation Discord. All of these setups are there for you guys to check. All of these concepts as well. Scroll all the way to the top, and you will see the trading plan as well. Very, very simple stuff. Very, very simple stuff. And I've told you guys, you don't need anything else in your trading. This literally here combined with this trading plan there. We've seen so many guys reach consistency, getting payouts, getting funded, and it's all for free. You don't even have to pay a cent for it. All of these concepts, they work. I don't even need to try and impress you with it. And it's there for you guys to use. Stofie, sorry man, I missed your message earlier regarding the R&D group. I'm going to chat to you afterwards. Kribo, you consider buys above that Asia highs and daily pivot again. Are you referring to gold? I don't think it's the worst though. Eh? Remember, I am bullish on gold purely because we're back in this daily range. Wait, let me do this. I am super bullish longer term on gold. I told you guys last year already. I went all in with my my local portfolio on mining stocks. So that is yet to filter through into our local mining sector. But I'm super bullish on gold. I've been super bullish like the last 2 years on gold. And if you go on the daily, you guys all know how the ranges work. If you fake out of a range like this and you fail to reject there and take out the low, this is a fake out. So all it's saying is that the sellers couldn't hold price below that support structure. So where's it going to go to next? It's going to go back to the upper end of the range. It's just if one range holds, it's going to go to the next. The only thing is that it could be choppy. It could be choppy, but I am still super bullish. Talking about the Asia high level, what I have seen with gold is that you would usually get your move during London and then it would start pulling back. So if that is the move, great. If not, you can wait for something else. But here you can see even yesterday, there was your move, and then it first pulled back, consolidated a bit, and then you had continuation close to COMEX. But for me personally, gold has not been. I almost shut it out. I do the analysis, but for me, and then there look at GU. Like I said, simple concept. Asia low is taken now. Asia high is very likely to be taken, and then GJ holding daily S1. So it is very likely we'll go to that daily pivot up there. That is very likely. So there's about 27 pips, unless it starts breaking back below the daily S1. If you can hold above here, Miles, I'm also gonna quickly go and pee my brother. I'm gonna throw on your screen.
No stress. Yeah, gold's been one of those as well that I haven't been actively trading, just because the ranges that we're in, guys, it's just not the one, man. Especially coming to these all-time highs and just sitting there, it's just not the one. Just not the one for me. So, as you would have noticed when I hopped on for my analysis, I just focused on GJ, just because of the areas of gold. So even though we are starting to print these clean areas now, right, which is looking really good. Like if we look at the current structure of gold after NFP and CPI, like it's looking good. But if we look to the left hand side, guys, there's a lot of choppiness that we need to get through. So if I could have the perfect day, I would want gold to get above here and then look to start to trade it, or back down to these levels and then look to start trade it. But whatever happens in here, I'm just not for it, man. It's just not the one for me. I would rather avoid that. And I think that's just the beauty of trading. Once you become that consistently disciplined trader, you know when it's time to trade these markets. And being able to say no is very important. I have to really adapt to what gold. 100%, dude. 100%. Look, I was even mentioning, like, when I built this strategy back in 2019, gold, I could get like that 10 pip stop loss, that 20 pip stop loss, no problem. But as time went on and market conditions changed, I had to increase that stop loss. So now we're doing like a 35 pip stop loss on gold. So it's 3 times more than what I used to do back in 2019. But that's just adaptation, and that's not just gold. That's in any market. You have to be able to adapt. That's a very important part as a trader. Is being able to be savvy enough to adapt. Miles, do you only trade one pair? What? Miles, you only trade one pair, one trade per day? Yes, I only do GJ and gold, and that's one trade. So I believe like this. I give myself the opportunity to take 2 trades. If I've lost the first one and I see a proper setup on the second setup, I'll take it. 100% I'll take it. But if a emotion is there where I'm feeling like I'm off, or I'm just trying to revenge trade, which doesn't really come anymore, then I'll lay off. So I can take 2 trades a day for sure. If I've won the first one, I'm done. I believe in one and done. It's all I need. If I can get my first trade in and I win it, I'm done for the day. I'm literally only looking at the charts because obviously for the members I do so. But on a normal day, if I've taken my first trade, I'm done. And then if I've lost the first trade, I'll then I dedicate 8:30 to 11:30 every day. So if I've lost the first trade, I'll then wait for a second opportunity. If I don't get it, it's fine. If I get it, awesome, great stuff. But you just have to have that discipline, man. I also traded GJ the last 2 months and become profitable, but still working on it. Look, to be very honest with you, and some people's going to like what I say, or some people's not going to like what I say. If you see how I am, I'm a very straightforward person. 2 months is not enough time. 6 months is not enough time. A year at least to say, okay, this strategy is now profitable. It works. You need at least a year. And some people's going to like what I say, some people's not. But you need to trial and test it through all the cycles. Your strategy needs to be tested in every single market cycle there is, at least a year. So even like with my strategy, when I developed it in 2019, it wasn't done in 2019. 2020 came and I was still trial and testing. Obviously it got better and became more consistent in the way I apply it, but it wasn't set in stone. Like even now, I'm busy with the way I trade fundamentals. I haven't given it to my members yet. Yes, I will take it, but I haven't given to it as a course yet or as a way of trading it because it's not solidified yet. You know, it at least needs a year of what's the word, R&D. And that's the thing, man. Trading is not a rush thing. Take your time. Develop your strategy. Backtest it.
Chad, GU, I don't know who took it. I know some of you guys are absolute killers. You just go on the rip. If I say I'm looking for buyers, you're waiting for bottom wick, you're already in. But there's your 15 previous daily high. Well played. Personally, for me, that was the trade I was looking for. Either sells from that daily pivot to go lower. That buy not giving me the bottom wick. That's your advantage point. Asia lows taken, Asia highs untapped. Caught a nice trade with Miles here this morning, in and out. And yeah, now trying to hold this daily S1. Was that a potential? Yeah, there was 10 there. Now it's just consolidating here around this 200. Like I said, if we can hold this zone, I do think we can go for Asia highs. Otherwise, if we start breaking below your daily pivot, US 30 now rejecting Asia highs. So very, very interesting stuff. DXY absolutely just dying from that Asia high level there. You can see we said that is going to be the level to consider this morning. So breaks below, breaks of structure, rejection there. And now at the previous weekly high. So a little choppy here, guys, that it was going to be expected up until we get the US traders online later this afternoon. Remember yesterday being a bank holiday, so I think it's a slower start to the week. And yeah, Miles, I don't know if you're still looking at anything. My trade is not really missed, but my advantage was here, Chad. This was my advantage point. So if you don't have an advantage here anymore, why trade on the tail end of it now or try and fade it? This was the move that I was going for. Is there anything you're still looking at? I think Miles can wrap it up there on the charts. What he's still looking at?
100%, boys. Look, if anybody is still looking for a move, obviously I'm done for the day. But what I would say that there's two things now. On that lower time frame, we're seeing a possible type 2 execution that could play forward. But focusing on the 4-hour daily and weekly, boys, I would rather lay off. Meaning that on this type 2, what I would want is you have this major engulfing over there. Can you guys see that? Away from liquidity. Price closes above. This is the tap in. If you are to break those highs, you can go long for sure. But even if I didn't take a first trade, why I wouldn't do it is because if you look at that daily, boys, I'm going to mention it again. You've got resistance there. We came out to grab liquidity. We're now trading beneath. And we are tapping into the lows of yesterday. I would rather suggest that price look for the sells. The buys, I can see them now. If they happen, awesome, great stuff. But I would rather suggest wait for solid confirmations on higher time frame, get beneath that level, and then rather more so look to sell it in that beautiful LTA on the left hand side, in opposed to trying to catch all these moves. One thing I want to mention: if you didn't catch those, if you didn't catch a trade with me this morning, don't be in that vibe where you need to just take any trade because you missed the move. There's always tomorrow. Okay, that's it from my side, Chris.
All right, Chad, a little quick one here this morning. Price has been slow. I told you guys, nice potential there on GU. Nice trade taken with Miles this morning on GJ. Looking at GJ now, struggling to hold above that daily S1, so just be on the lookout. Watch that previous daily low on GJ. I do think if it starts breaking there, you're going to see a pump of volume. And NASDAQ and US 30, also a little bit of a chop there, but I think this afternoon is going to be good. Miles, thank you so much for joining here this morning, my brother.
Thanks for having me, brother. I appreciate it.
And then also for some of Miles' members that was watching the stream as well. Big shout out to you guys as well, and to each and everyone donating. We will see you guys 3 p.m. this afternoon as we go round 4 and round 2 for the cracker. Chat, stay safe, stay blessed, and we'll see you guys a little bit later.
Cheers,
a little bit later. Peace and love, baby. Cheers.